being here. We are going to talk about open innovation and cross collaboration across the ecosystem, and how okay, and how this cross collaboration through the ecosystem can be a powerful motor, that how the different new technologies and innovations go to market fast, okay? And first of all, thank you for being here to all the speaker, but I want to start with the presentation of everyone of you. Please, can you present yourself to the public?
Yes, my name is Joseba Sagasti-Gordi. I'm coming from Mondragon Corporation, which is a cooperative ecosystem of about 90 cooperatives and 70,000 workers right now, placed in the Basque Country, multi-sectorial and multi-customer. And in my case, I represent Mondragon Venture, which is a team of 8 people, trying to push all the startup ecosystem and trying to enhance also those capabilities to each of our companies.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Juan Lizarribar. I'm part of AstraZeneca here in Spain, and I'm part of the healthcare innovation team. And here in Spain, we dedicate to basically we team with the different brand teams and the different business units within our organization to understand from the different therapeutic areas that we are working with, understand all of the whole patient journey of those therapeutic areas. Understand where are the main pain points or the main bottlenecks within these patient journeys within the healthcare system. And then we try to look for solutions, for innovative solutions, of course, and technological solutions to try and mitigate these pain points and these bottlenecks. This is more or less what we are doing in the innovation team.
Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Marta Pedrosa. I'm Innovation Analyst at the Innovation and Corporate Development Department in CINFA. CINFA is a pharmaceutical company based here in Spain. We have a very huge vademecum, more than 2,000 categories, and it is a very huge vademecum. Like we develop medicine, we have food supplement, we have an area about mobility, about orthopedic and technical orthopedic, and also we got diagnostic and lateral flow about like test. And 4 years ago we created ThinkFanex, that is our open innovation platform, and our principal goal is to collaborate, co-create, and traction innovative healthcare projects. And that's what we do in a very
great. We have big names here: Mondragon, AstraZeneca, and CINFA. I don't know if here in the public are health tech startups or innovative startups that are producing huge technology for retail sector or for different kind of industries. But the thing is, here we have 3 big corporates that are collaborating with the startup hand to hand to try to develop new solutions to all the ecosystem, and they are collaborating actively with every ecosystem across different kind of actions. That is the second question. What kind of action or through what channels you are collaborating with the ecosystem in your different areas? Because CINFA, AstraZeneca, and Mondragon have like different objectives and different industries that are searching for. I don't know if you can.
We combine. I would say that we combine what is called venture builder, which is also in our house is called entrepreneurship, trying to collaborate with a startup also in that specific scenario and with third parties. This has been historically one of our main activities, but it's true that during It was already 10 years ago that we started collaborating as a CVC, as a venture capital, also investing in startups, because we believe that the relationship that we create with the startups is completely different when we are inside of the startup, I would say, and working, let's say, in a daily basis with them. No? It's true also that eventually we participate in what is called venture client formats, not pushed by us, but participating in others. And also we are learning a lot also about the format of a normal project, working with them. And probably at the end of the day, if the project is going or is doing well, we will also be working on the capital format.
Great.
In our case, it's a little bit different. Because for us, for example, through the innovation team and through the innovation programs and open innovation programs that we have, our client is not internal but external. We are trying to help the healthcare system here in Spain transform as fast as possible and as quick as possible, and it is quite a challenge. So in this case, what we are trying to do is partnering with different startups and tech companies to try and push this transformation in the healthcare system. So we don't directly invest in these startups or in these tech companies. What we try to do is we finance their access to the healthcare system, and we finance the implementation within these healthcare systems, but always with the idea of each healthcare system or each hospital to then take the lead and keep their innovation by themselves. Mm-hmm. So this is more or less how we work.
Fantastic. Please.
Yes, we collaborate through ThinkFanex, that is our open innovation platform, and the first that we collaborate is principally to create pilots with the external knowledge and external technology or external solutions and tools that have startups, investing groups of universities. And our principal goal is the collaboration. It is true that we not have any corporate venture capital. We not invest directly like AstraZeneca, but we invest through funds that we participated, and that kind of funds are verticalized in health sector.
Nice. And going further about the collaboration, the cross collaboration question. A part of the actions that you already mentioned, how these beautiful people that is hearing us can contact with you can find you in different type of scenarios, like South Summit, but what else?
But basically, in our case, we used to say a slogan that is saying that we are an industrial partner, because most of our companies are industrial companies, and then also market partner, saying that we are in a different sector, so we can be a preferred customer or even a channel to reach a final customer. And then a financial partner because of the reason that I mentioned before. No? So the way to reach us is very easy. I mean, we are all the time moving all around all these ecosystems. South Summit is one of the most interesting ones, but we can find it very easily. Our website and my LinkedIn account is also over there. So we used to read a lot of information and we used to answer all of them. So that's probably the easiest way to understand if something can be done winning Mondragon.
No? In our case, we work like in 3 different ways. First of all, as I was mentioning, we try to focus on the problems that we can find in the patient pathways within the therapeutic areas that we are treating. And the first way is that we are proactive in searching for solutions that can help in this transformation. So in many times, and for example, through partnerships like the one we have with South Summit, we are able to access a great pool of solutions and of startups that can help us. That's one of the ways. The other way is through kind of more open innovation activities, like for example, innovation challenges that we constantly launch to the ecosystem. Just very recently, at the end of last year, we presented our new open innovation platform that is called Acción, and we launched this platform through 4 different challenges, one for different therapeutic areas within the healthcare system. And in this way, we state one of the main problems that we have, or one of the main challenges that the healthcare system is having, and we look for startups to proactively come to us through these challenges. And then the last one, very similar to you, is just like very moving around through these kind of events that are like super useful and super interesting. So
Cool.
Yes, in our case, you can contact with us through our website, and also with my LinkedIn and here, because we have a stand here in Sun Summit. I remember, I think it is the number 86, so we are open to talk about. But it is interesting that I need to say that we are looking for projects in health sector, but health sector is very huge. So we define 6 innovation focus that are interesting for us. Is 6 areas that we want to collaborate. The first is longevity, because we are going to live more years, so it is so important. Also chronicity, because it is so important to improve the quality of life of the chronic patients. The other one is cell-lab diagnostic. It's about monitoring all tools and biomarkers that can monitorize and detect faster some illness. And also the other focus is natural solutions, because we would like to know more about new ingredients, new combination with scientific and scientific evidence. That is so important. And the other one is personalization, and have another that is sustainability, because for us it's so important, also innovative, but to care also the environment and social and economic.
Okay, we was talking backstage that you have different kind of ecosystem that you build through the time. I want you to talk about how you build it, this different ecosystem, this different kind of collaboration with the ecosystem and with your own ecosystem, because it's really interesting how different you are building this kind of stuff. Please.
Well, it's quite the same with the previous question. At the end of the day, the only solution here is just to give our value, added value of potential to the ecosystem. No? We used to say that usually the best way to understand us is just to work with us. No? At the end of the day, when you exchange your opinion or your project with us, there are different channels that even with us, by us, is difficult to identify, because the experience is giving us some, let's say, examples of how we build that relationship in things that were not previously considered. No? So when we are talking with our technological centers, for instance, to inspire or to develop one of your products, it's not probably the thing that we are previously thinking, or even our university is giving you some talent when you are increasing your team. No? But it's true that when we were experiencing in specific examples how we are helping to industrialize one product or to make more efficient one production process, or even to homologate something to get certification much faster, these specific things makes sense why the collaboration should be stronger. No? So there is no secret on how we cross information among the ecosystems. It's just to be present in different ways and to be with specific examples, to be a good partner and to be a good example for that partnership. No?
Yeah, but you have a thorough ecosystem that you have internal innovation, external innovation, a different variety of groups.
Yes.
How do you do that?
This is also, I don't know if it's something specific for us, but it's true that as a corporation we have in a parallel, we have two groups of people. One is working with the innovation, traditional innovation we call it, but anyway it's the perfect innovation. The traditional innovation takes maybe 3-4 years to develop something to some specific, in this case cooperatives, and we combine that with the open innovation procedure. So at the end of the day, along the next 10 years, you can see how both are working in parallel and what is the final impact that we are getting in our cooperatives, in our businesses. No? So it's interesting, both remains alive, both are working with different tools, but the impact is seen in few years' time. No? In my opinion, and our opinion generally, is that the open innovation is going faster, is going much more capitalized. I mean, you get much more money from that side, so you get results much easier. No? That's my opinion.
And how are the numbers? How is the competition between the two parts?
It's good, as I told you before. No? It's true. I mean, because at the end of the day, our companies are also having their own R+D departments. So we combine them in strategic projects. We are able maybe to reach more ambitious projects Europe-wise, for instance. So we combine forces. But it's true that in a daily basis, we do not see each other. We are working in a different, completely ways. No? But impact is the result. No?
Great. Please.
In our case, I think working in the healthcare system is quite of a bit of a challenge because when a company wants to introduce a new technology within the healthcare system, the amount of validations and certifications and regulations that need to be met are huge and probably bigger than in other sectors. So it is very difficult for startups to reach the point of commercialization, of being able to commercialize their solution and just implement it in regular clinical practice. So in this context, we believe it's the collaboration within different sectors and within different companies is key. And for example, as we were mentioning before, through this open innovation platform, we've managed to bring together a huge amount of different partners from all of different sectors, and we are giving a program for startups that helps them accelerate through all of the different points of view. So from our side, for example, from AstraZeneca, we try to be this kind of glue or connection point between all of the different partners, and especially between the startups or the innovation and the healthcare system, because sometimes they are a little bit, they go a little bit slower in the pace, especially the public sector here in Spain. It's a little bit more difficult to implement this innovation. But we are also partnering with, for example, law firms that give startups like all of the regulation context and help them with all of their certifications and all of this context that is very complex. We are also working with assurance companies. We are working with private hospitals. And all of these ecosystem that we are building, we believe is key to help accelerate this transformation of the healthcare system.
And you are actively connecting all the dots.
Yes, exactly. We try to give the startups and to give the innovation the right tools to be able to reach this point of commercialization and reach this point where they are going to be able to just plug their solutions into the regular clinical practice of a doctor.
Nice.
very
And in
difficult.
your case?
I'm totally agree with the difficulties within the health sector about regulation, about evaluating this kind of tools and this kind of technologies. And this is the reason that is very important, that kind of open innovation, because we can help a startup to validate these tools, to help with the regulation process, and also traction to the market and evaluate their business models, because always is also important. Because in health, we always speak with scientific profile, and maybe the economic part of the project that also is important, the technology, the science, and also the economic process to traction to also to the market. So
really
we
important.
can help in that kind of areas with our expertise and with the business units.
And
internal.
you say you are partnering with funds or venture funds.
Yeah, we are a LP in this kind of funds. So maybe when we know a startup that is so biotech or has some hospital vision, our core business is more the communitary pharma. So if they need funds and capital, we deal flow to to that kind of funds that we are participated.
Great, thank you. I have another kind of question, and this is a tricky one. You prefer to work with the startups or scale-ups?
Scale ups.
Okay, scale-ups. Why? Excuse me.
It is more easy because it's more near to traction.
Okay.
So maybe it's easy, but it depends on the project.
It depends on the project, but
Yeah,
but
because
but surely scale-up.
it depends on the project.
In our case, probably also scale-ups, because as I was mentioning, what we try to do is our strategy is to help finance the implementation of these technologies within the healthcare systems and within the hospitals, but with the idea of then in a few months period or a few years period to be each hospital and each healthcare system the one in charge of adopting this technology. So in order to do that, we normally need for them to be within all the validation process, we need them to be as near as possible to this commercialization state. So in that case, and for that reason, we normally tend to work more with scale-ups.
Okay, but not necessarily with commercial traction,
Not necessarily with commercial traction, no.
but with a solution that can be commercialized.
Yeah, that's it. Also, there's now a different area that we are starting to work with, and that is very interesting. That is all of the innovation that is happening within hospitals and within medical doctors. At the end of the day, they are the ones that are constantly seeing patients, and they are the ones that know better where their main pain points or bottlenecks are. And we are finding quite a lot of almost entrepreneurs within hospitals, and it's very interesting to start working with them and trying to help them either way or start their own startup, which is very interesting, or try and give their solution to an already working startup or scale-up and try to make it bigger. So we are starting to work with that kind of ecosystem, but it's quite difficult because of the times and of the cost. It's very difficult.
Okay, and you yourself?
In our case, well, commercial-wise, and if we ask that question to our management, I mean, the management of our cooperatives, they will prefer probably to work with scale-ups, no? But in terms of the mission of the corporation, that is to push and to enhance the entrepreneurship and the new activities, in our opinion, seed stage is a good stage. So startups close to the market, as Marta said, but I would say it is a good scenario for us to position our company over there. No? We like to combine always a triangle, which means that our funds should be interesting for them, but also our companies should be interesting for them. And at that stage, they need almost everything. So it's a good moment. After that, when they are in Series C or wherever, they don't need us. I mean, they already have solved most of the critical issues, no? So we probably decrease our importance over there, no?
Right. And in what terms do you like to have conversation with this kind of seed startups that are ready to market? What are the conditions that you need to have a conversation with them? And this is the final question.
In my case, easily, we have strategic sectors, verticals, but it's true that we have built our verticals when we find synergies with our companies. So the starting point with one startup, if any is over here, is that they help us to identify what are the synergies with one of our companies. No? If we find that synergy, and the synergy is quite strategical, I would say not very strategical, but it's not just commercial-wise, I would say that that's the starting point, to find a connection with our verticals.
And that synergy is about the problems that you have right now, or the problem that you are trying to solve in the future?
Many examples. Can be one product additional to the current portfolio, can be one market, completely different, can be one technology added to one of the existing companies, can be to be present on the board of the startup because there are other people over there that are very interesting, can be many ways of being important for one of our companies.
Great, thank you.
For us, probably in a similar way, as we were speaking about earlier, we try and always focus on the problem and not the solution. So the first step for a startup to work with us is for them to be able to solve a problem that we have. And normally it's not a problem that we have, but a problem that exists within the healthcare system. So all the startups that we are working with, they have solutions that can be applied for the different therapeutic areas that we are working, and they give some value to optimize these patient journeys and to help accelerate this transformation of the healthcare system. So the key point is to have a solution to a problem, basically.
Yes, for us it's the same. The key point is identify internally the needs, also the needs of the health sector, and then when we identify startups, looking for the synergy with our business units, and then start to collaborate, creating a pilot, or well, depends of the project, but this is the collaboration process.
In one phrase, what advice you will give to the startup that want to make businesses with corporations? In one phrase.
Well, in my case, I would say to the founders is that work first before contacting us. I mean, think a little bit what could be the key issue, because sometimes you only have one spoon over here, no? So I would say that work first.
That's super interesting, but I would also add to be patient, because working with corporations is not always easy. We have our own times, and normally are very different to the times of a startup. So just try to be patient.
Yes, try. I think that try to be patient and yes, and validate your project, and know about your value in order to can converse. Bueno, to can speak.
Okay, know about your value and
Yeah.
validate your project
Yes.
before have a conversation with us.